What if the fate of an entire nation rested on your shoulders? Would you have the courage to step forward, risking everything to face a ruthless enemy? The story of Judith is more than just a tale of heroism. It is a gripping account of extraordinary courage, unwavering faith, and the unshakable belief in the power of one person to change the course of history. In a time when the city was besieged and despair hung heavy in the air, Judith stood apart. Her people, the Israelites, were on the brink of destruction at the hands of the formidable Assyrian general Holofernes. Fear paralyzed her community, but Judith saw an opportunity where others saw only defeat. With nothing but her beauty, intelligence, and a fearless resolve, she devised a bold plan to infiltrate the enemy camp. Judith's actions were as daring as they were brilliant. In a world where women were often overlooked, she defied every expectation, using her wit and courage to turn the tide against an impossible foe. Her story is a testament to the boundless potential of faith and the power of believing in something greater than oneself. Across religious traditions, Judith's name echoes as a symbol of divine intervention and moral fortitude. In Judaism, she is celebrated for liberating her people from oppression. In Christianity, her story is seen as a powerful foreshadowing of Christ's ultimate victory over evil. Yet her legacy extends far beyond its religious significance. It is a story of empowerment, sacrifice, and the fight for justice, one that speaks to us even today. Judith's actions beg the question, what does it take to stand against overwhelming odds? How can we draw strength from her unwavering faith when facing challenges in our own lives? Her story reminds us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act in spite of it. In a world where adversity often feels insurmountable, Judith's tale offers hope. It shows us that one person armed with courage and conviction can alter the course of history. Her story is timeless, calling on us to reflect on our own values and challenging us to act boldly when it matters most. The story of Judith unfolds during a tumultuous period marked by the expansion of the Assyrian Empire, a formidable force known for its ruthless conquests and brutal tactics. King Nebuchadnezzar, the reigning monarch, was infamous for his merciless approach to warfare, often employing fear and terror to subdue his enemies. His general, Holofernes, epitomized this ruthless nature, leading campaigns that left destruction in their wake. The Assyrians were not only skilled warriors but also adept at psychological warfare, employing siege tactics that would starve cities into submission. This context sets the stage for the dire situation faced by the people of Israel, who found themselves under the looming threat of annihilation. The Israelites, already weakened by internal strife and external pressures, were besieged by Holofernes and his vast army, which seemed invincible. The city of Bethulia, where Judith resided, was on the brink of surrender, with its inhabitants grappling with despair and hopelessness. The overwhelming odds against Judith were staggering. She was a lone woman in a patriarchal society, confronting a well-equipped military force led by a ruthless general. Yet, it is precisely this backdrop of desperation that highlights the extraordinary nature of Judith's actions. Faced with the imminent destruction of her people, she chose to rise against the overwhelming odds, embodying the spirit of resistance and faith. Judith's courage becomes even more poignant when considering the seemingly insurmountable challenges she faced. Her story serves as a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, one individual can make a profound difference. As she steps into the fray, Judith not only challenges the might of the Assyrian Empire, but also inspires her people to reclaim their hope and faith in the face of adversity. Judith is a captivating character, whose unique qualities set her apart in the biblical narrative. Hailing from the town of Bethulia, she is introduced as a widow, a status that profoundly shapes her identity and perspective. Despite the societal constraints placed upon women in her time, Judith embodies a remarkable blend of beauty, wisdom, and unwavering faith. Her physical beauty is not merely superficial. It serves as a tool in her arsenal, allowing her to navigate the treacherous waters of a male-dominated society. However, it is her wisdom and intellect that truly define her character. Judith is not only aware of her surroundings, but also possesses a keen understanding of the political and military dynamics at play, which she leverages to devise her daring plan against Holofernes. Judith's faith is a cornerstone of her identity, setting her apart from others in her community and the broader context of her time. In a world where men often held the reins of power, her deep spiritual conviction empowers her to act decisively and courageously. She turns to prayer and seeks divine guidance, demonstrating a profound relationship with God that fuels her resolve. This faith is not passive. It manifests in her actions, driving her to take risks that others would shy away from. Judith's role as a widow adds layers to her character, as she navigates her grief while channeling her loss into a fierce determination to protect her people. Her status allows her to step outside traditional gender roles, positioning her as a leader and a warrior when her community needs it most. In Judith, we find a multifaceted character whose beauty, wisdom, and faith converge to create a powerful symbol of resilience and strength in the face of adversity. Judith's audacious plan to confront Holofernes is a testament to her courage and strategic thinking. Before entering the enemy camp, she meticulously prepares herself, transforming from a grieving widow into a formidable figure of strength and allure. Judith adorns herself in her finest garments, enhancing her natural beauty with elegance and grace. This transformation is not merely physical, it symbolizes her resolve and determination to save her people. She also equips herself with the tools necessary for her mission, including a dagger concealed within her attire, signifying her readiness to act decisively when the moment arises. The risks involved in Judith's mission are immense. She is fully aware that entering the enemy camp could lead to her capture or death, yet her unwavering faith in God fuels her determination. Judith understands that her actions are not just for her own survival, but for the salvation of her entire community. This deep sense of purpose empowers her to face the overwhelming odds stacked against her, as she places her trust in divine guidance to navigate the perilous situation. Once inside the enemy camp, Judith strategically employs her beauty and charm to deceive Holofernes. She presents herself as a defector, claiming to have vital information about the Israelites' defenses. Her captivating presence and eloquent speech draw Holofernes in, allowing her to gain his trust. Judith's ability to manipulate the general's desires and perceptions showcases her intelligence and cunning. By playing on his vanity and arrogance, she creates an environment where she can execute her plan without arousing suspicion. This clever use of her femininity becomes a powerful weapon in her arsenal, enabling her to get close enough to Holofernes to carry out her daring act. Judith's audacity, combined with her faith and strategic thinking, ultimately positions her as a pivotal figure in the fight against oppression. The pivotal moment of Judith's encounter with Holofernes unfolds during a lavish banquet held in the enemy camp, where tension hangs thick in the air. The atmosphere is charged with anticipation as Holofernes, surrounded by his generals and soldiers, indulges in food and drink, reveling in his perceived invincibility. The flickering torchlight casts shadows across the tent, creating an almost surreal ambiance that heightens the stakes of Judith's mission. As the general boasts of his conquests, Judith enters the scene, her presence immediately capturing the attention of all present. The contrast between the raucous celebration and her poised demeanor underscores the gravity of the moment. Despite the palpable danger surrounding her, Judith remains calm and resolute. Her heart races, but she draws strength from her unwavering faith and the purpose that drives her. She engages Holofernes with charm and grace, skillfully navigating the conversation to keep the general enthralled. Judith's ability to maintain her composure in such a terrorless situation is a testament to her inner strength and determination. She knows that the success of her mission hinges on her ability to remain collected, even as she stands before the man who poses an existential threat to her people. As the banquet progresses, the moment of action arrives. With Holofernes in a state of drunken stupor, Judith seizes the opportunity. She reaches for the dagger concealed within her garments, her hand steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. In one swift motion, she plunges the blade into Holofernes, striking decisively and with purpose. The shock of her actions reverberates through the tent, silencing the revelry and transforming the atmosphere from one of celebration to chaos. Judith's bravery in that critical instant not only alters the course of her own fate, but also ignites hope for her people, marking a turning point in the battle against oppression. The aftermath of Judith's victory over Holofernes is a moment of profound significance for both her and the people of Bethulia. Upon her return, the atmosphere is electric with anticipation and disbelief. The citizens, who had been gripped by despair and fear, are taken aback as Judith enters the city, holding the severed head of Holofernes aloft. Their initial shock quickly transforms into jubilation as cheers erupt from the crowd. The people of Bethulia gather around her, their faces illuminated with hope and gratitude. Judith is hailed as a heroine, a savior who has defied the odds and delivered them from the brink of destruction. Her actions not only restore their faith in divine intervention, but also reignite their spirit, uniting them in a renewed sense of purpose and resilience. Judith's triumph is significant in restoring hope to Israel, as it symbolizes the power of faith and courage in the face of overwhelming adversity. Her victory serves as a rallying point for the Israelites, reminding them that even in the darkest of times, one individual can make a monumental difference. The story of Judith becomes a source of inspiration, encouraging her people to stand firm against oppression and to believe in their ability to overcome challenges. Her legacy is etched into the hearts of the Israelites, reinforcing the idea that faith and bravery can lead to miraculous outcomes. Meanwhile, chaos ensues in the Assyrian camp following Holofernes' death. The once mighty army, now leaderless and thrown into disarray, is gripped by panic and confusion. Soldiers, realizing the gravity of their situation, flee in terror, abandoning their posts and leaving their camp vulnerable. The news of Holofernes' demise spreads like wildfire, shattering the morale of the Assyrian forces. This disarray not only signifies a turning point in the conflict, but also highlights the profound impact of Judith's actions, as her bravery catalyzes a shift in power dynamics, ultimately leading to the liberation of her people. Judith's story has left a lasting impact on future generations, serving as a powerful testament to the strength of faith and the challenge of societal norms and expectations. In a time when women were often relegated to the background, Judith defied conventions by stepping into a role of leadership and agency. Her unwavering faith in God not only empowered her to confront Holofernes, but also challenged the prevailing attitudes toward women in her society. Judith's actions resonate with those who seek to break free from the constraints imposed by tradition, inspiring individuals to embrace their own strength and potential, regardless of societal expectations. Following her remarkable victory, Judith embodies independence and devotion to God. She does not seek personal glory or wealth. Instead, she dedicates herself to her community and her faith. Judith's commitment to God remains steadfast, as she recognizes that her triumph is a result of divine intervention. This devotion serves as a reminder that true strength lies not only in physical prowess, but also in spiritual conviction. Her story encourages future generations to cultivate their own relationships with God, emphasizing the importance of faith as a guiding force in their lives. As we reflect on Judith's legacy, we are invited to consider our own faith and courage in challenging times. Her narrative prompts us to ask ourselves, How can we embody the same resilience and determination in the face of adversity? In a world that often feels overwhelming, Judith's example encourages us to stand firm in our beliefs and to take action when necessary. Her story serves as a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in the darkest moments, we can draw strength from our faith and inspire others to do the same. Judith's legacy continues to resonate, urging us to rise above challenges and to be courageous in our convictions. Judith's story encapsulates the profound importance of faith and courage in overcoming adversity, serving as a timeless reminder of the strength that can emerge from seemingly insurmountable challenges. Her journey from a grieving widow to a heroic figure illustrates how unwavering belief in God can empower individuals to take bold actions in the face of danger. Judith's audacious plan to confront Holofernes not only saved her people but also challenged societal norms, showcasing the potential for one person to make a significant impact. This narrative resonates deeply today, encouraging us to draw on our own faith and courage when confronted with obstacles in our lives. As we reflect on Judith's legacy, we invite you to engage with this story further. If you found inspiration in Judith's journey, please consider subscribing to our channel, liking this video, and sharing it with others who may benefit from her powerful message. By spreading the word, you help keep the spirit of Judith alive, inspiring more people to embrace their own strength and faith. Additionally, we encourage you to explore more stories of hidden figures in the Bible, as they often provide valuable lessons and insights that remain relevant in our contemporary world. These narratives highlight the often overlooked individuals who played crucial roles in shaping history and faith, reminding us that everyone has the potential to contribute to a greater purpose. Judith's story is just one of many that illustrate the power of resilience and divine guidance. Together, let us continue to uncover these remarkable tales, drawing inspiration from their lessons and applying them to our own lives as we navigate the complexities of our modern existence.